Hi and welcome. I want to congratulate you on your decision to become a Les Mills body pump instructor. Let's get started with the 5 key elements. The 5 key elements are your foundation to becoming a great Les Mills instructor. The first key element is choreography. You need to know your choreography at 100%. If you notice in your manual, if you prefer to memorize your choreography using the beats of the music, the beats are available, the timing, so you can also go by the clock if you have a traditional CD player, or on your iPod if you can see the minutes, right down to the second. So learning your choreography, just a couple ideas. How do you think you're gonna learn your choreography or memorize your choreography for body pump?
What I've done is I'll pop in the DVD, pick up the bar, and just work out with the DVD.
Excellent. So that's a great way of learning the choreography, because that's traditionally where we come from, right? Our members, as members, we attend body pump, and then we end up learning all the choreography and learning the steps. And that's a great way of learning. Sometimes, like what I like to do is I like to listen to the music, internalize the music, feel the beats, feel the music, kind of try to guess what Glenn's thinking, and then say like, hey, look, you know, these were singles and these weren't, and just go with the way the music feels. And everyone's going to be different. Some of us are going to be a little more organized in thought and maybe memorize counts or memorize beats, and that's just depending on who we are. So choreography 100%, and that's going to help you deliver a seamless class. What's also going to add to a seamless delivery is your technique. As a Les Mills instructor, you need to role model excellent technique. So today we're going to demonstrate a squat. Feet are going to step just outside hip width, bending the knees to sit your butt back and down, and then pressing up and out of the heels into a squat, right? So for many participants, this might seem like easy, but for others it may not. You might see variations of a squat where people are dropping their chest. So we gotta help our participants into our squat. So technique and coaching are really 2 key elements that are enjoying a marriage, if you will. First layer of technique and coaching is to set them up for the initial movement, bending at the knees, sitting the hips back and down, and then pressing up and out of the heels. In your second layer, you're going to want to get them to move a bit better. So for example, if you see a participant turning their knees in, you might want to say the cue, toes out, knees out. Push your knees towards your toes, sit your butt towards knee line. So that is your follow-up cue. So already we have initial cues and follow-up cues. Bend, brace, and then push out of the heels.
Are the initial cues and the follow-up cues, is it the same thing?
So your
initial cues if somebody's not executing it properly?
No, your initial cues are going to be to initiate movement and get you working out safely and effectively. Your follow-up cues are going to be to improve the movement and get that participant to maybe make an adjustment in their training. If they're tipping from the hip as they squat, you want them to lift their chest, and you might say, lift up with your chest. Or you might say something else that maybe lifting their chest didn't land. You might want to reword or rethink your cue. And you can say, draw your shoulders back and down under the bar. And that'll help them lift the chest without you even saying lift chest. So you have options whenever you use your cueing. Use your choreo notes to help you come up with some cues. Another exercise that I like to do is I like to sit down and brainstorm, how can I say what I'm saying differently? And I do that by saying what I feel or writing down what I feel. Or I'll ask a friend to sit and kind of script out what I'm saying, what I'm feeling as I'm doing it. So I'm feeling pressure through the thighs, I'm feeling my butt sink back and down. And that's an excellent way or excellent exercise to help you build the library of cues, initial and setup and follow-up cues. All right, so when we move with a bar, people also need direction, timing, and the name of the move. So we call this net and body pump. Name of the exercise, deadlift. Timing, 2-2, and target, bar to knees. So I'm going to demonstrate an upright row, and I want you to take me or walk me through net. Name of the exercise, timing, and target zone. When ready.
Does it always have to be in that order?
Yes, it does always have to be in that order because that'll help you memorize and it'll help set up the participant for success in the move. So the name of the exercise comes first because you want them to do the correct exercise first. You want them to move with you, so you mentioned the timing, and then the target zone is where we want the bar to hit, which would be the chest.
Got it.
So ready? Upright row.
Upright row is the name of the exercise. Timing is 2-2, bar to chest.
Excellent. So coaching is also a way of connecting to your participants. So when we deliver a Les Mills pump class, you want to make eye contact, you want to be approachable, you also want to make sure that you're able to see what's going on out on the floor, out on the gym floor, and kind of get a feel for what members are experiencing. And if you know your choreography at 100% and you're delivering excellent technique and you're coaching, then your attention is on them and they're able to enjoy or experience the class. So each one of these benches is an opportunity to connect to a member and maybe even create a lifelong friend. So in order to get to know who our members are, we also need to get to know who we are. So in your manual, you're going to have a personality inventory that you can just take a few minutes right now to take. And there are 4 personality types that might walk into the room. The dominant, the steady relator, the interactive, and the cautious thinker. So knowing where we sit on this model is going to help us identify maybe where we're delivering class, and it's also going to help us identify where our members are coming from. So if we don't always think cautiously about our workout and we're more of a dominant personality type, then that might be where we need to, spend a little more time and work with maybe a cautious thinker who says, hey, I'm not going to take that risk. So the dominant person might be willing to take a risk and add a little more weight to the bar this round. And a cautious thinker might say, you're going to need to convince me why, or explain the why and the how.
Okay. And eventually, over time, by the way they work out, you can kind of tell who falls into what category?
Eventually over time, yes, and eventually over time, people change, right? So some life-changing experience might happen, and you may not know it without talking to that member or connecting with them before or after class. So it's important to know your membership, and let's say Sally here is an avid runner, but then she has a knee injury that she's taking care of. So you might be, encouraging members to add on for squats, and you notice she's backing down. So that would be an opportunity for you to ask and connect and ask with, hey, what seems to be the problem in squats? Is there anything I can help you with? And that might be relieving as to what we're dealing with in our membership. So I have a short video clip of trainers, national and international trainers, who tell us their story on how they connect. And we're just going to pretend the video plays.
So the connection tool that I found works best for me is not only learning people's names, but it's them.
And finally, our last key element, fitness magic. So there is no recipe for fitness magic, but it's just when the music when the participants are feeling the music, the participants are feeling your energy, they're feeling their own energy, and and it's all coming together. You'll feel it in the room also. So you'll know when that magic moment is, or sometimes we call it performance in Les Mills. So there's no real silver bullet when it comes to fitness magic. It's all a feeling that the participants get, and I think we mentioned earlier, if someone learned something new in your pump class, and that's what brought them in the door again today, then that's their fitness magic. You know, they're here to learn and they're here to participate. That could be their magic. And if another participant is here because of the energy and they love the beats, they love the music, and they're asking you for, you know, certain playlists, then that is their magic. And we just all need to respect and care for all our participants and show them, like, hey, this is your class just as much as ours. It's a dynamic environment that we can all enjoy. So to just wrap up, all these 5 key elements are going to get you on the road to becoming a successful Les Mills instructor. This is going to be the foundation for every single class, so you can deliver world-class instruction every single time. Hope you enjoy your journey.